Bedtime with Mrs. Honeybee. Today, we'll be exploring the world of Toy Story.
Now let's all be polite and give nice, big Andy's room welcome.
All you have to do is close your eyes, get cozy, and listen to the sound of my voice. Mrs. Honeybee will be your guide. Let's begin. Imagine you are in the fantastic world of Toy Story, in Andy's room that is painted bright blue. You are laying down tucked into a big, warm bed with the fluffy, dark blue colors pulled all the way up to your chin. Only your face can feel the gentle, cool air blowing in from the window that is on your left. You are breathing calmly, curiously looking around this new, welcoming place. You feel at ease tucked in, but you're not tired yet. Looking around the room more, you see wooden bookshelves that hold book after book after book. The covers are all different colors, bright green, then white, then brown. Next to the bookshelf is a small yellow chest that opens from the top. You hear rustling and mumbling coming from inside the chest, as if something in there is moving about, but you cannot quite understand what's making that sound.
This town ain't big enough for the two of us.
What's in there?
Reach for the
It sounds like someone is talking, but the small yellow chest is too small for people. What could it be? You are being so quiet, tucked into the warm bed, that the sound seems to fill up the room. All you can hear is the mysterious rustling and the sounds of your own calm breathing in and out, in and out. The soft blankets that are covering your body are laying gently over you, rising and falling with your calm breathing. The rustling and murmuring sounds continue. Your head is so comfortable, laying perfectly supported on the soft pillow, but you decide to sit up because you have to know what's in that small yellow chest. You are sitting up in your comfortable bed. Your shoulders and arms can now feel the gentle, cool air blowing in from the window on your left. There's a nightstand to your right with a light blue lamp on it. You can see a switch that will turn on the lamp. As you reach for the switch to turn on the lamp, all of a sudden, you notice movement from the small yellow chest. You quickly look back at it from the lamp. What was that? It appears to be still, unmoved. You look back at the lamp and turn on the light. The bright light fills up the room. Now you can see everything inside the room. Next to the small yellow chest, there's a television with 2 video game controllers laying out in front of it. The cords are tangled. Just then, you notice another movement from the small yellow chest. Out of the corner of your eye, you quickly zoom your attention to it. Again, it is still, appearing to be unmoved. The rustling and murmuring starts and stops, starts and stops. You are curious about this chest, so you decide to go over to it and investigate. With one scoop, you throw the layered soft blankets that were covering you so warmly off your body. Rotate to hang your legs dangling off the side of the bed. You sit there for a second, feeling your legs dangle. You didn't realize how high up the bed was. It makes you feel like you're flying, being so high up that you swing your legs back and forth, back and forth. Your right leg extends out front of you and whooshes back in exchange with your left, which does the same. You feel a big smile come across your face because you know that this room is full of fun. With that feeling, you continue on to investigate the small yellow chest for yourself. You're standing up tall now, walking the few short steps along a creaking wooden floor. With each step, you feel the cold wooden floor beneath your socked feet. You are wearing your favorite socks, and they feel so comfy. You have worn these socks so much that the toe area is all stretched out, and they puff out well beyond your toes. You wiggle your toes in your socks as you make your way to the small yellow chest, creaking the wooden floorboards the whole way. Once you get to this mysterious, fascinating chest, you take a big breath in. Before you investigate, you breathe in big, as if breathing the air all the way from your puffy sock toes to your hair that is gently moved by the breeze from the window. Then you breathe out big, ready to investigate. You reach out your hand to touch it. It's made of wood, painted sunny yellow. There's a small gold-colored latch that you can pick up and let fall back into place to secure the chest. You pick up the latch and open the chest. You're so excited to see this small yellow chest is a toy chest. It's full of all sorts of toys. There's Ham, a pink piggy bank. There's Buzz Lightyear, an astronaut in a spacesuit with his sharp wings that click out. There's Woody in his cowboy outfit, complete with his brown hat and boots. There's Slinky, whose coils are stretched out, laying over the other toys, but he has a sweet puppy face and a tail that looks like it can wag. There's Mr. Potato Head too. It looks like Mr. Potato Head has both eyes stuck into place, but his mouthpiece isn't stuck in. You reach your other hand into the toy chest to grab his mouthpiece, which are two red lips that you can stick below his nose and mustache. The chest is opened all the way, the top resting into a relaxed, open position. You can grab Mr. Potato Head and give him his mouth back, so you do. Were all the toys rustling and murmuring in there? Was that the sound you heard? You think so, and are so excited to see the toys come to life for yourself. You quickly run back to the warm bed, switch off the lights, and cover yourself with the layered blankets. If you pretend to be asleep, the toys will come to life. You close your eyes tight, tucked into the warm bed again, the blankets pulled up all the way to your chin, so only your face can feel the gentle, cool air from the window. Your eyelids are closed tight, the room is still, and sure enough, you hear a sound coming from the yellow chest. The toys came back to life and are peeking out of the toy chest to make sure you are asleep. You stay very still, calm, breathing steadily, in through your nose and out through your mouth. You even pretend to snore a little so they think you're fast asleep. With just a little peek, opening your right eye just the tiniest little sliver, you can see Buzz Lightyear's eyes behind his space helmet, peeking out from the yellow toy chest that's cracked open just slightly. You close your eye all the way again because you want them to come out. You keep breathing steadily in through your nose and out through your mouth. You snore a little louder and breathe a little deeper. That did just the trick. The yellow toy chest flings all the way open, and all the toys make their way out of the chest and fill the floor with activity. You cannot believe it. This is incredible. As the toys begin playing, you sit up abruptly to catch them in the act. They immediately fall in their places. Still, you have a big smile on your face that you want them to come back to life and be with you. You say, "Toys, I know you can come to life. Please come back to life because I'm not yet tired. I need to go on a bedtime adventure. Let's go on an adventure." The toys stubbornly stay still, laying in place, covering the wooden floorboards. You want so badly to hear the floorboards creak with the sounds of toys. You hop up out of the comfortable bed to rouse them from their pretend. Make them come to life. You walk your socked feet over to Buzz Lightyear, pick him up, and hold him out in front of your face.
I am Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger.
It's okay, Buzz. You can come back to life. We can go on an adventure. Since breathing helps you feel good, you decide to take a big breath for Buzz. Maybe that will convince them to come back to life for your adventure. You push the big red button that lets down his space helmet so he can feel the breath too. You take the biggest breath in yet, filling your chest with the gentle, cool air from the window. You breathe all your air out through your mouth, lightly blowing on Buzz. Just then, you see his eyes twitch. Then his eyes blink. You see his nose crinkle just a little. You try one more. You know this is going to work. You take another big breath in, fill up your chest, and breathe out through your mouth. This time, a little more. Just then, Buzz gives you a big smile. You have breathed him back to life. He exclaims, "Hey, that tickles."
Buzz Lightyear, Space
Both
Ranger.
giggling, you hug him tight, and he hugs you back.
Sure.
You are so happy he has come back to life. And he is so happy that you want to go on a bedtime adventure before you fall asleep. He tells the other toys it's okay to come back to life,
Have you seen my spaceship?
and they all do.
Buzz Lightyear, call it sharp, Woody.
Even Mr. Potato Head, who thanks you for putting his mouth back on.
You would not believe what I've been through tonight.
The gentle, cool air coming in from the window flows against your arms and your legs and your socked feet. You grab Buzz and Woody to begin your bedtime adventure. You want to follow the wind as it comes in and out of the open window, so you walk with Buzz and Woody over to the window. You stand big in front of the window while Buzz and Woody stand small on the windowsill. That's when you notice the fluffy, warm blankets that were covering you. You can twist and turn them around to make a rope that you three can climb down on. All the toys help. You take the big blankets off the bed, and all the toys help you to tie them together in knots, crisscrossing the corners, then pulling them through to make a blanket knot. You have 3 blankets secured to the window as you slowly, foot by foot, lower it down to the ground that's far below the open window. Buzz and Woody hop on either of your shoulders as you begin to climb down the blanket. Holding the blanket tightly with your strong grip, you lower yourself by placing your right hand lower down on the blanket rope, then your left hand, then your right hand, then your left hand. You're almost down to the green grass in the front yard. Once you can almost feel the grass on your socked feet, you jump the last little way down to the grass. You gently land on the grass with Buzz and Woody still on your shoulders. They are so small compared to you. You wonder if you can make yourself small like them. That might be really fun for your adventure. Your breath can bring toys to life, so maybe it can make you smaller and bigger too. You try it. You take a little breath, the tiniest breath, as if you're sipping air into your lungs, in through your mouth. With that tiny sip, Woody and Buzz drop to the grass with a whooshing sound. Your tiny breath has made you tiny just like them. The world looks different when you're this tiny. You are even tinier than a single blade of the green grass that you landed gently on. Woody and Buzz are excited that you are their size.
Reach for the sky.
But since you are so small, you will not be able to adventure very far, very quickly. You look up and can see all the toys cheering on your adventure from high up in the window. You shout back for them to send a toy down that will help you go fast on your adventure. All the toys scurry from the window out of view. You, Buzz and Woody explore the grass. There's dirt under the grass and it's cool to the touch. You breathe in and the smell of grass surrounds you. It's refreshing. The nighttime air hums with sounds of crickets as a cricket hops right by you, Woody and Buzz. You are so tiny that a cricket seems huge. It flutters its hopping legs to make its cricket sounds, says hello, and hops on its way. The toys exclaim from the window. They are sending down the bright green toy car you saw in the toy chest. It wants to go with you, and with the remote, you can make it go fast on your adventure. The toys wrap the car in a blanket and hoist it down to you. When it gets to you, it rooms its engine loudly, excited to be going with you. You, Woody, and Buzz hop in, holding the remote in your hands. You get to decide exactly where to go. You push one of the remote levers forward as hard as you can, and the toy car shoots up into the air out of the grass. You all wave goodbye to the crickets and the other toys as you sail up into the air and back down onto the sidewalk, zooming along your adventure. You zoom along the sidewalk and the picket fence is coming up. There's a small space between the posts. You quickly figure out that you are small enough on the toy car with Woody and Buzz to make it through the fence. You're zooming, 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 feeling the wind on your face as you go fast. You think you are small enough to make it through the fence posts. You take a calm breath in and out. You are confident you're going to make it through the fence posts without getting stuck. You push the lever even more forward, and the toy car catches air, flying up. You just make it through the fence posts. You did it. You're now out on the sidewalk, zooming away from Andy's house, feeling the excitement of adventure. Your heart is beating. You are happy to be here with Woody and Buzz. You all laugh and joke around like best friends as you sail down the quiet neighborhood street on this cool, calm evening. All the houses are quiet, still, and darkened, as if they are sleeping, while all their people and pets are sleeping inside. Seeing how calm and quiet the houses are relaxes you, so you slow down the toy car. You, Woody, and Buzz slowly quiet down and just enjoy the breeze on your faces as you slowly drive around this quiet neighborhood, appreciating how good it feels to have these two friends who enjoy adventuring with you. You are getting sleepier now. It's so relaxing to peacefully drive through the neighborhood. You can see the moon now. It is shining big and bright. Woody is in the back seat of the toy car. He's sitting upright, but you notice that his head nods forward every so often because he's falling asleep. Woody and Buzz are getting sleepy too. You decide to turn the bright green toy car around, yawning as you twist the lever all the way to one side to turn slowly around. The toy car begins to putter, making a tinkering sound that it wasn't before. Is the car getting sleepy too? Turned around, you head back home so you can tuck sleepy Woody and sleepy Buzz back into the small yellow toy chest for some rest. As you drive back, still tiny small, you again notice the moon shining bright above you in the evening sky. You breathe the evening air all the way from the moon in through your nose and back out through your mouth. You notice the car slowing down, slowing, slowing, slowing. You try pushing the lever forward with all of your might, but it won't go anymore. The car is too sleepy and has run out of battery. Woody and Buzz jolt awake when they realize the car isn't moving anymore. How are you going to get back to tuck Woody and Buzz in for sleep? You look at the bright, softly shining moon again. Its beams seem to shine down in a path that is lit up from the moon down to the sleepy neighborhood where you are. You follow the moonbeam all the way down, tracing its softly shining light with your sleepy eyes. You follow it down from the sky all the way to a big leafy tree that is swaying in the cool, gentle breeze. The softly shining moonlight allows you to see the leaves as the air breezes through them when they move back and forth, back and forth. You can see the branches behind them that are holding up the leaves. You notice something stuck in the tree. What is that? You, Woody and Buzz hop out of the car, push it closer to the big tree. Once you get under the big, tall tree, you can look up to its branches. There's a neon pink kite stuck in the tree. That is just the thing you need to get you and your toy friends home. You all walk up to the base of the tree through the blades of grass that are even bigger than you since you are still tiny. You reach out your hands to feel the barky brown tree trunk. You are standing up tiny on a root that comes up out of the dirt. You are going to need to be bigger to climb the tree. You remember how powerful your breath is and decide to breathe your biggest breath yet, to grow yourself gigantic like the big, tall tree. With all of your might, you breathe in big, big, big through your nose. You can feel your chest expanding, filled with the evening air. Your belly expands. You are growing, growing, growing. As you breathe out big through your mouth, the force of your big breath grows you even more. You are now as big as the tree. You have to duck your head down to avoid hitting your head on the branches. Moving your gigantic hand toward the now tiny, bright pink kite, you grab it gently between just 2 fingers. You pluck it effortlessly from the dense branches that held it stuck. You look around the neighborhood with the point of view of the tree. It's somehow even more relaxing to be a big, tall tree. You can see everything it can. The moon looks closer. All the houses that line the street look smaller. You can see several streets over. Everything is darkened, calm, and sleepy. You let out a big, gigantic yawn in your gigantic state. You remember you, Woody, and Buzz are so sleepy. Let's head back home. You need to be tiny again, so you take in a little, teeny tiny sip of air, and with a whoosh, you zip down to your teeny tiny size. The blade of grass seems big again, as does the kite you are now holding on to with all of your tiny might. It's so big now that you lose your grip a little bit when the breeze picks up. There's a long, thin white string that you can hold on to. Together, you, Woody and Buzz, hold on to the thin white kite string and yank it over to the car with all of your might. The breeze is picking up a little more, so you all lean forward, struggling against the cool evening air with your kite in tow. You all march in sync. Right foot bursts forward with all the energy you have. Left foot bursts forward with all the energy you have. Right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. You finally get back to the toy car, who has been snoozing soundly this whole time. You wrap it securely in the kite string, just like you do for Buzz, Woody, and yourself. Holding on tight to the string, you help the breeze blow the kite back home, focusing on the bright pink kite that glows in the moonlight. You take a deep breath in through your nose and breathe all the air out through your mouth into the kite. Your powerful breath sends the kite and you and all of your friends soaring into the night sky. Sailing on the kite string with your toy friends, you let out another big yawn. Now you are ready for bed. You sail back down the street through the sleepy neighborhood, guided by the light of the moon and your own happy heart full of love for your adventure and your toy friends. You float gently through the nighttime air. House after house trails behind you like the thin white kite string you are holding onto. You can see Andy's house with all your other toy friends at the windowsill, excited to welcome you back. You take another breath in through your nose, and with your breath out, you direct the kite back toward the window. You sail smoothly through the window, and you are back in the relaxing room where you started your bedtime adventure. You untie yourself and your toy friends from the kite string and put Buzz and Woody gently back into the small yellow toy chest so that they can get some sleep. As you gently shut the toy chest so you don't wake them up, you whisper good night to all the toys. You walk your socked feet back toward the warm, blanketed bed. Now when you walk, you are so sleepy that your feet are sliding across the floor instead of stepping. You are so sleepy that you cannot even lift your socked feet all the way up. You finally get to the bed and hop in. The floor gives one last creak as if to say good night. You nestle yourself comfortably back into bed under the layers of warm, fuzzy blankets. You are tucked all the way in, up to your chin. You take one last sleepy breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, and peacefully drift off into your dreams. Today, we will be exploring the world of Lion King. All you have to do is close your eyes, get cozy, and listen to the sound of my voice. Mrs. Honeybee will be your guide. Let's begin. Imagine you are high up on Pride Rock, overlooking all of the pride lands in the world of the Lion King, where Rafiki, the old wise mandrill monkey, held baby Simba high into the sky to present him to the kingdom you are now standing tall. The sun looks wide and yellow over the vast, open savanna. You look up to the yellow sun and close your eyes tight. Even behind your closed eyelids, you can feel the radiating warmth of the powerful sun beaming down on you and all of the Pride Lands. Everything the powerful sun touches is part of the Lion King's kingdom. Feeling the sun's heat on your face, warming your skin, it seems that the powerful sun goes on and on forever. You take a big breath in, as big as the sun. You hold your breath still in your chest. Then you breathe out as big as the sun. You look back down toward the kingdom and open your eyes. Holding your arms out wide to either side, you look to your right, and much to your surprise, the kingdom spreads far beyond your fingertips. You look to your left, and the kingdom spreads far beyond your fingertips in that direction too. With your arms outstretched, you are beginning to understand the vastness, openness, and possibility of this world, and you are overjoyed to be in it, to experience it for yourself. You take another breath in to fill yourself with this possibility, and a breath out, adding yet more warmth to the sunshine. Feeling so peaceful, you spin around in a circle slowly. You spin around again and around again, arms outstretched like a bird. You bring yourself back to stillness, looking over the kingdom. From the distance, you can see a figure flying towards you. This bird figure is just an outline, flying towards you with the sun behind it. Its wings span smaller than your outstretched arms, but they are flapping up and down, up and down. What kind of bird is that? It's Zazu, the trusted guardian of the young lions.
Sire!
He lands himself gracefully on your shoulder.
Yes, sire! 10 flamingos are taking a stand, and 2 giraffes were caught necking. The buzz from the bees.
Without acknowledging him right away, you both quietly continue looking out over the kingdom. Zazu has a peaceful presence, and you are happy he is here with you. After a little while, you turn your head to look up at him and say hi. He responds, "Hello, my friend. We are so happy you're here. Are you enjoying the view? It's astonishing, isn't it?" You think it is. So you tell him how peaceful it has been up on Pride Rock with the sun. He points his wings straight out in front of you both, asking you to look in that direction. Way off in the distance, you start to see movement. Then dust kicking up from the dry savanna floor. Then swirls of wind carry the dust up through the sparse trees that dot the landscape. This type of movement starts happening from each direction that you look. You look to the right, and there, too, all of this movement, dust, whirling wind. You look to the left. There, too, the kingdom seems to have awoken from a calm, quiet slumber.
Come on.
Now everyone is up and wants to come see you on Pride Rock. Looking in one direction, toward the canyon, with steep, vertical dirt walls, you can see antelopes beginning their stampede through the gorge. Looking in the other direction, you can see gigantic elephants walking each of their giant elephant feet flatly, one by one, appearing from behind the dust clouds. Looking straight ahead, farther off into the distance, you can see a small group of hyenas who are huddled around laughing and rearing up their front paws like wild horses. There's so much commotion all of a sudden, and you are excited by all there is to see. Zazu holds a wingtip up to his beak and says, "Shh. Look closer, over there." He slowly holds his pointing wingtip out in the direction of somewhere you haven't investigated. You focus your eyes by narrowing your eyelids and look intently in that direction. In the shade of the biggest, widest spread tree in the whole savanna, you see a tiny, shadowy figure sitting calmly beneath the tree. This figure is sitting quietly and not moving a muscle. You ask Zazu who that is. He replies, "That's Rafiki. You need to speak with him." You wonder why, looking up at Zazu, who is telling you all that Rafiki has taught him about experiencing inner calm and peace. You remember the peaceful feeling you began with up high on Pride Rock and desperately want to speak with Rafiki. Zazu agrees to take you to him and introduce you to members of the kingdom on the way there. You are so excited to go on this adventure with Zazu and meet Rafiki. Zazu opens up his little wings and flies over your head. His feathers are bright blue and white and seem to glisten under the sun's rays. He flies away from the edge of Pride Rock where you've been standing and motions to climb down, heading toward the gorge where you saw the antelopes beginning their stampede. Zazu can simply fly down the rocks, lower and lower, descending to the gorge, but you, with your hands and feet, have to climb down carefully. Some of the rocks are like stairs. You can simply walk down. Right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. Some of the more challenging rocks, you have to bend down, crouching, touch the dry, dusty desert rocks, and turn to jump and land yourself on the next rock down. You do this several times until you hear the pounding sound of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of antelope running as fast as their hooves can take them through the wide open canyon. You are now on top of the vertical dirt walls you saw from far away on Pride Rock. All of the antelope seem to be moving in unison as one giant antelope, galloping, stretching their front legs far above their bodies, meeting their swift back legs, and outstretching their front legs again. They are so fast, the pounding sound is so loud. As your excitement builds, your heart races. Your pounding heart is now in sync with the stampeding antelope as the horde gallops past you and Zazu, looking down from the safety of the high-up wall. You take a deep breath in and out, mesmerized. The galloping stampede slowly dwindles until the last few antelopes gallop through the wide-open, empty canyon gorge. Their straggling hooves make echoing sounds as they click quickly by trying to catch up to the others who are now far ahead of them. With the antelopes gone, Zazu continues to glide down the rocks effortlessly. You continue your climb down until you get to the bottom of the canyon. Following Zazu, you walk for what seems like forever. Neither of you are saying anything, just enjoying each other's company and the peaceful, warm feeling of the savannah. You take a big, deep breath in through your nose and a big, relieving breath out through your mouth. You look around you and back behind you. You can see where you started your journey. Pride Rock is far off in the distance, which is why you are starting to feel so tired. You have walked a long way, guided by Zazu. You ask him how much longer it will be until you can meet Rafiki. He says you're almost there, and that it will be worth the long walk across the dry, dusty landscape. You trust Zazu, so you keep walking and admiring the beautiful warmth of the kingdom. To your right, you notice out of the side of your eye gigantic elephants walking in a straight line. You excitedly look over to see a whole line of elephants walking slowly and flatly in unison. Their big gray leathery bodies are the biggest animals you have ever seen up close, and they are getting even closer. Zazu looks over at the two and waves a wing hello. Zazu is a good friend of the elephants. He flies in their direction. The front elephant, that is the leader of the herd, holds up its trunk high and curves the tip of it over. It has made a perch of its trunk for Zazu to land gracefully on.
The birds are tweeting at 4 in the morning. I'm like, birds, we get it.
Zazu likes to land on all of his friends. The leader elephant flaps its big ear open as Zazu leans in to whisper something to the elephant. What is he saying? Just then, you feel a leathery gray elephant trunk wrapped gently around you. There are little elephant hairs on the leathery skin, that tickle your arm. You look back and see a friendly elephant offering to give you a ride to where Rafiki is. You lift up your hands, excited. The elephant squeezes you in its supportive trunk and hoists you up slowly above its head, placing you on its back. The elephant is so gigantic and slow-moving that you have time to enjoy this new, high-up perspective. You calmly enjoy the elephant ride and relax under the sun, feeling a light breeze float through, brushing sweetly on your cheeks. During your elephant ride, you pass by a pesky group of hysterical hyenas laughing loudly. Their noisy laughing and antics jolt you out of your calm, sunny relaxation. There are so many of them jumping up and down, running in circles, growling and chattering their teeth at their own tails, and laughing loudly. The elephant herd still walking calmly, step by step, one flat foot in front of the other, are unfazed by the hyenas, so you are not bothered. High up on the elephant, protected by its height and steadiness, nothing can disturb you or the peaceful feeling you are experiencing. The elephants slowly leave the hyenas in the distance behind them, and the quiet calm fills the world again. You see the big leathery trunk coming back up for you again, and know the ride is over. You must be where Rafiki is. You raise your arms high in the sky so the elephant can wrap its supportive trunk around your waist and slowly lower you back down to the solid, dusty land. You land both feet on the cracked earth and adjust to standing after such a long elephant ride. With both feet planted on the ground, you look just ahead and see the same figure sitting quietly beneath an expansive tree with long, gnarling branches extending on and on in opposite directions. The tree's leaves on the gnarled branches are so dense and thick that they have created a solid, darkened, shady circle shadowed under the tree. The land and area under the protective tree cannot see the powerful rays of the sun. You begin to walk slowly toward the tree and its shade, anxious to feel the coolness on your skin that is now glistening from the heat of the sun during your long journey. You finally found Rafiki, who is still sitting under his tree in the same spot you saw him long ago from Pride Rock. You move into the shadowy shade and the coolness is crisp against your skin. The intense shade almost feels like nighttime under this tree, so you take a quick look out over the savannah, and sure enough, it is still daytime. The sun is still blazing, but you are protected from it under this tree. You feel safe here. A calm coolness washes over you as you approach Rafiki. He is sitting high up on the root of the enormous, protective tree. Without saying a word or even looking at you, you can tell Rafiki wants you to hop up on the long root of the tree and join him. You place both hands at the top of the barky wooden tree root and hoist yourself up to sit cross-legged on it right next to Rafiki. You study Rafiki, who is sitting cross-legged as well, with his monkey face pointed slightly upward. His monkey hands are upturned, opened, with the tops resting on his bent legs. He is sitting in complete silence under the protective tree in the cool shade. You hold your body in the same way. You look at your hands before placing your right hand, then your left one, on your knees, upturned, with palms facing the sky, open. You point your face slightly up, and before you close your eyes, you can see the many birds who make a home of this protective, dense tree. You close your eyes and enjoy the calm, peaceful feeling you feel sitting there with Rafiki. After a short while spent sitting here, steadily breathing in and out, you open your eyes and see he has opened his eyes too.
Oh yes, the past can hurt. But the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it.
Without looking, he asks, "Do you know why it's important to experience inner peace and calm? You have a sense that it's helpful to quiet your body, mind, and heart down after a busy, loud day, but you ask why." He responds in an old, crackling voice, "So you can notice all the brilliant details you cannot see when you move too fast. You wonder what kind of details you can see when you develop an inner sense of peace and calm, and what meaning is held within those details." As if Rafiki can read your mind, he responds out loud to the question you were only thinking in your head. There's an entire world of details you can see only after you develop an inner sense of peace and calm. And you cannot know what meaning they hold until you can see them. This old, wise, mind-reading monkey now has all your attention.
He lives in you.
Sitting next to him, cross-legged, palms turned toward the sky, and eyes gently closed, he instructs you to breathe in deeply through your nose and to notice how the cool, shady air feels as it comes in through your nose. Try it. Breathe in as deeply as you can. Hold the cool air still in your chest. Focus on feeling your body expand with your breath. Then breathe forcefully out through your mouth, as if you are pushing the air out with your tummy muscles. When you breathe out, try to make the sound a deflating balloon makes as it runs out of air. Try one more breath like this. You did a great job. Breathe in as deeply as you can. Hold the cool air still in your chest. Focus on feeling your body expand with your breath. Then breathe forcefully out through your mouth, as if you are pushing the air out with your tummy muscles. How does the air feel in your nose? How does the air feel in your chest? Bring your attention to these sensations whenever you want to develop inner peace and calm. No matter what loud, rambunctious sounds are around you, you can always focus your attention here within yourself. Then you feel his bony monkey hand grab yours. You open your eyes. He is looking right at you with his big, wise eyes and his wrinkled, calmly smiling face. He softly says, "Put your hands over your heart, one at a time." He removes his hand from yours. You lift your right hand slowly to your chest, finding your beating heart. Once you find it, you let that one hand rest there for a moment. Then you raise your left hand slowly up to your chest to find your beating heart with your left hand and meet your right hand. With both hands over your heart, breathing steadily in and out, Rafiki softly says, "You will always have a beating heart. You will always have a breath." Bringing your focus to these sensations while they beat and breathe is how you develop an inner sense of peace and calm, and how you can notice whole worlds that the quick are blind to. You relax here for another moment, thankful for your beating heart and your breath. You hear rustling coming from the side of you that Rafiki is on. So you open your eyes to see what he's doing. He's standing up tall, but his old body is somewhat bent over. He reaches down under the tree root you are sitting on and grabs a walking stick that, when he holds it straight up, is taller than he is. He holds the walking stick tightly with one hand and hoists himself taller and straighter with its support. He is now almost as tall as the walking stick. The top of his monkey head is the same height as two rounded brown shells that are tied together. As Rafiki rocks back and forth, walking his old body up to a low branch of the protected tree, the round shells tied to the top of his walking stick shake like maracas. He shakes his way to the lowest hanging branch of the tree, reaches up his walking stick, and bangs it loudly against the branch with all the might he can muster. Two round, hard fruits fall from the branch onto the floor. He bends down to pick them up and shakes his way back to you. You are excited to see what these are. He holds one out for you. It's small, light brown, with stringy fuzz hanging off it like a coconut. You extend one hand to grab it from him. Once you do, he focuses on cracking his open. He grips it tightly, and with all his monkey might, pushes his thumbs into the fruit and softly cracks it open in two halves. You do the same. You grab the hard fruit between your hands, small and round, push your thumbs deeply into it, gripping it with all your strength, and break it open in two halves, just like Rafiki. You inspect the two rounded, hollowed out halves. There's a layer of reddish brown fine powder piled up in both halves, one in each of your hands. You slide off the large tree root and follow Rafiki over to the tree trunk that is wider than both of you standing next to each other. He sets one of the halves gently down on the ground, careful not to spill the fine, dusty powder inside. He dips his monkey finger into the half he's still holding and moves it around slowly in the dust until it is covered with reddish-brown powder. He then looks at you to do as he did. You set one half down on the floor, careful to not spill the fine, dusty powder inside, and dip your finger into the reddish-brown powder too, until it is covered. Then he raises his pointed finger up to the trunk of the tree and traces half of a heart in the reddish-brown dust. He looks at you to complete the heart. You raise your pointed finger up to the tree trunk and start your half of the heart where his half ended. You both stand calmly, holding your halves of the fruit, and stare calmly at the heart you made together. Without looking at you, staring hypnotized by the powdery heart on the tree trunk, he softly says, "In that fruit, there are millions and millions of teeny tiny particles of powder. Those millions and millions of particles all come together here to make the shape you see. One speck of dusty powder on its own is nearly invisible. If you aren't carefully looking, you might not see all that goes in to making even a simple shape like this heart. You stare at the heart shape, feeling grateful that Rafiki has helped you develop an inner sense of peace and calm, so you can see all that goes into even a simple shape like that reddish-brown heart. You focus on it. Can you see each individual dust particle? Can you count them? You raise your hands to feel your heart beat again as you wonder at the heart shape traced on the tree trunk for a moment longer. Rafiki motions to you to follow him out from under the tree. You spent so long under the tree that when you finally emerged from its shady coolness, the sun was beginning to set over the savannah. It was much cooler now. Rafiki and his rattling walking stick walked three-leggedly just ahead of you, very slowly. You match his pace to maintain this wonderful, joyous, calm feeling you feel in your heart. You focus on your steps, walking one foot in front of the other, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. You pick up a little bit of dust with each step, creating a slight breeze on your trail. You look just ahead of Rafiki to see he is leading you to the watering hole. You continue to focus on your footsteps until you reach the waterfront. Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. Once you reach the waterfront, he sits down on the marshy shore where the sandy savanna landscape meets the gentle rippling water that moves softly with the evening breeze. As he sits, He splashes a tiny bit of water up. You do the same. The water feels warm. The sun has been beating down on it all day, infusing it with beams of warmth. Little droplets of water splash up as you sit on the shore next to Rafiki. He pats the top of the water with his bony monkey hand, and it ripples outward. He pats it harder, creating waves and bigger ripples that radiate outward further. He slaps the water now, hard, creating the biggest rippling wave yet, and sits back mysteriously, looking at the disturbed water, slowly calming itself back down to smoothness. You bring one hand over to the water top and hold it still, just above the water. As it ripples, it touches parts of your hand. Once it becomes smooth again, you place your hand gently in line with the top of the water, feeling it press against your whole palm, smooth and velvety. As you focus on this sensation, Rafiki softly says, "Just like that powder, this watering hole, even the big oceans, are made up of billions and billions of single droplets like this one that splashed up on me." Instead of looking at him, you notice you have a single water droplet warmly sitting on your arm from when you splashed to sit down. You stare at it intently, thinking of the expansive oceans you've seen. Is the entire ocean really made up of billions of tiny droplets like this? Rafiki again answers the question you thought of only in your head, out loud. Yes, really. You look at Rafiki, who is looking at you, and you share a smile. You are now able to see the small details that combine, work together, and synchronize to create the big, wide world. You are both getting sleepy, and the sun has completely given way to the moonrise. You get up out of the water and begin walking back to the heart tree slowly. As you walk together, one foot in front of the other, you sense that Rafiki has one last lesson for you. You are right. Bent over his walking stick, which is walking so slowly now that it's hardly making its shaking maraca sound, he says softly, "Just like the powder in the fruit that made the heart shape, and just like the single droplets that make up the ocean, you are a series of teeny tiny parts that work together to create yourself." Sleepily, you wonder what that means. He continues, "Your body seems like one thing as you go through the day, but it too is really millions of teeny, tiny pieces all working together in unison. Take these last few moments of our journey to thank all of your moving parts that are working hard all the time, every day. Thank your eyes, which have teeny tiny little muscles and cells, opening and closing them automatically to protect your vision from the elements. Thank your legs, which have muscles with bones under them, and joints under those, and different kinds of cells within those. Everything you are is working together right now. You can always remember this by putting your hands over your beating heart and focusing on your breath. You think about what Rafiki told you as you settle into a bed of soft, fuzzy moss that is laid out for you to sleep on. You lay down and cover yourself with a moss blanket, resting your head on a mossy pillow. You put both your hands over your heart. It's beating slower and slower. All your moving parts are slowing down because they want to rest. You take a deep breath in through your nose. You hold it in your chest, still, and you breathe out softly. Your hands following your beating heart with each breath. Your teeny tiny eye muscles and cells decide to close your eyes, and you drift off to sleep safely and comfortably under the protective tree. Today, we will be exploring the world of Aladdin.
Would they see a poor boy? No siree.
All you have to do is close your eyes, get cozy, and listen to the sound of my voice. Mrs. Honeybee will be your guide. Let's begin. Imagine you are in the sandy world of Aladdin. You look up to see a big desert sky shining with bright daylight and dotted with puffy, fluffy white clouds. You look down at your feet. You are standing on a mountain of sand. It's soft under you that your feet sink in slightly, and the tops of your feet are gently blanketed by the grains of sand. Bringing your attention back up, you look to one side. As far as you can see is bright, quiet daylight meeting soft, blanketing sand at the horizon. You look to the other side, and there's even more. Take a big breath in as you overlook this new world you are about to explore. Breathe in the bright sunshine through your nose. Hold the air warm in your chest. Breathe out through your mouth, as if you could give more sunshine to this beautiful landscape. Feel the calm of the quiet as a breeze blows the soft sand up into the air. You reach down slowly to feel it with your hand. Reaching your hand out, you scoop up a handful, trying to contain the wandering, floating sand in your hand. Feel the teeny tiny grains of sand filling up your hand as some escapes your grasp through your fingers. Looking at the glassy sand in your hand, the bright sun creates a reflection of light that glimmers. You are holding this glimmering, twinkling light. Take another breath in and out, focusing on the glimmering sand in your hand. The twinkling light beaming off the millions and millions of grains of sand in your hand remind you of the stars in the nighttime sky. Since you are so relaxed, peaceful, and calm here in this world, why not make it nighttime? With all of your strength, focus your attention on throwing the millions and millions of grains of sand upward, high up into the sky, as if they could dot the expansive desert sky and become millions and millions of twinkling stars. You close your eyes as you throw, and just like that, as you open them again, a softly moonlit evening sky drapes over the world. The sun is setting and the moon is rising. You look down to your empty hand where the glimmering sand just was. You look back up to the evening sky and see all the grains of sand as millions of twinkling stars filling up the sky. You notice something whooshing towards you from the distance. You can barely see it in the evening sky. It looks rectangular, and it's flying smoothly and quickly through the air. As it gets closer, you know exactly what it is. It's the magic carpet. You see its 4 tassels, one on each corner, blowing through the wind. Its bright purpley blue almost blends in with the darkened blue evening sky, but its brilliant streaks of gold gleam so brightly that they light the way for the magic carpet to come straight to you. Once it gets to you on top of the sandy mountain, it waves hello with one of its bushy tassels like a hand. You wave back, eager to find out what adventure awaits. With its tassel hand, it motions you to jump on. It's hovering just over the blanket of sand. You excitedly run and jump your way onto the magic carpet and get into a comfortable, relaxed, seated position. The magic carpet says it's important to be calm for your magic carpet ride. So it asks you to take another deep breath in and out with it. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Feel the twinkling evening air fill your chest and the magic carpet rippling gently in the breeze under you. Then breathe out through your mouth. The magic carpet can feel how calm and comfortable you are, so it begins to fly. You sink yourself heavy into the magic carpet that's flying low and slowly, just above the blanket of sand. You feel your body being supported effortlessly on this journey. The sand is moving swiftly under you as you fly with the magic carpet. You are so close that you can reach out and touch it with your hand again. You stretch out one hand to feel the soft sand flowing through your fingers. This time, you don't try to hold it, but let it flow through your grasp. As you and the magic carpet fly faster and faster, the sand flowing behind you creates puffy clouds of dust. Focusing your attention back on the magic carpet, you reach out to feel a soft texture on your palm. Surrounded by softness, with the evening air softly brushing your cheeks, you close your eyes to calmly enjoy the rest of this magic carpet ride. The evening air makes a whirling sound as you move smoothly through it. Another sound starts to swell off in the distance, so you open your eyes to try to identify the sound and see where the magic carpet has taken you. The sun is nearly set in the evening sky. The stars you threw up into the air are already twinkling, and you are approaching a busy, bustling, colorful place full of movement and commotion. As you move closer to this place, you identify the sound you hear as the muffled voices of a river of people moving quickly through this space. You feel the magic carpet slow down to a stop. You are hovering over a marketplace where people are buying and selling all kinds of things. The magic carpet delivers you to the reddish-brown clay roof of a building directly overlooking this marketplace. You wiggle your toes and legs awake to hop off the magic carpet and stand on the roof of this dusty clay building. The friendly magic carpet waves its tassel hand goodbye. As you wave goodbye, it wraps itself in a circle motion and poof, disappears. It disappears so quickly that it leaves a dust cloud in its wake. As the dust settles onto the top of the roof at your feet, it reveals a small, shiny, golden lamp. You know that the genie lives in a lamp just like this one, so you excitedly run over to it. It's warm to the touch as you hold it between your hands. With one hand holding its handle, you use your other hand to gently rub it. As you do, the magic lamp starts to jiggle in your hands. You place it carefully on the clay roof as it starts to jiggle more and more. Then, pow! A glowing blue light bursts out of the lid, and the genie appears big and blue before you.
Great one who summons me, terrible one who commands me. I stand by my oath, loyalty to wishes 3.
He has happy eyes and a pearly white smile. His big arms are crossed across his big chest, and his genie tail curls under him as he floats in the air. Hello, friend. So happy you are here to explore with me. The genie has a special ability that he wants to share with you. He is able to change his shape. He can be gigantic and slow. He can be teeny and fast. He can be round. He can be rectangular. Anything he sets his mind to, he can become. He wants to show you how you can do this too.
If I was going to talk to myself, I could have just stayed in the lamp.
First, he closes his eyes. Then, he lets his body rest in a comfortable position until he is completely still. Once he is still, he lets his thoughts rest too, until his mind is calm and quiet. Then, with a still body and a quiet mind, he focuses his imagination on what he wants to become. With his imagination focused, he breathes in deeply through his nose, holds the air in his chest, and breathes out through his mouth. When he opens his eyes, he magically is whatever he sets his mind to. Standing before you, big and blue, the genie will show you how he can become a teeny, tiny, fluttering butterfly. You watch in amazement as he closes his eyes, stills his body, quiets his mind, and focuses his imagination. The genie then, poof, disappears into a cloud of puffy blue. The big blue genie is completely gone. Where did he go? Just then, fluttering lightly out of the puffy blue cloud, you see a teeny tiny butterfly with brilliant orange wings. You reach out your hand with one finger extended. It lands gently on your finger. You look closely, and the butterfly seems to wink at you with a twinkle in its little butterfly eye. The genie became a teeny, tiny, fluttering butterfly. Lifting up into the air, the butterfly begins to flutter its brilliant orange wings again. As it flies high into the evening air above you. Then, poof, the genie is back, big and blue, wearing his pearly white smile. Holding his hands out like a magician, he says, "Ta-da!" The genie's favorite thing about his special ability is that it shows him different points of view. But what does that mean? Think for a moment how the world might appear if you were looking out of a teeny tiny fluttering butterfly's eyes. Here on the clay roof above a bustling marketplace, the world must seem gigantic and loud to a butterfly. Genie motions you to follow him to one side of the rooftop and points to what looks like a small mountain way off in the distance, just under the setting sun. I discovered my powers after I visited the Cave of Wonders, which is way over there at the ends of the earth. Curious, you ask the genie if you can try to see the world from different perspectives and go explore the Cave of Wonders. You're just in luck. The genie grants you 3 wishes.
You get 3 wishes. They must begin with rubbing the lamp and saying, "I wish." Got it?
You eagerly use your first to be able to see the world anew from different points of view. From high up on the clay rooftop, you look down over the whole marketplace. The cobblestone streets twist and turn corners and seem to go on forever, one just as bustling as the next. Vibrantly colored textiles float in the evening breeze. You look closer, and there are individual stands full of people buying and selling all sorts of things. The first stand you notice is selling brightly colored fruits, watermelons, pomegranates, and lemons. You wonder what the world looks like to a watermelon, rounded and green, full of seeds and sweetness. You tell the genie that you're going to see the world as a watermelon. First, you close your eyes gently, then let your body rest in a comfortable position until you feel completely still. Once you are still, let all your thoughts rest too, until your mind is calm and quiet. Then With your still body and your quiet mind, focus your imagination on becoming a watermelon. What shape would you be? How would it feel to be that shape? What size would you be? With your imagination focused, breathe in deeply through your nose. As you hold the air in your lungs, feel your chest expand, rounded outward like a watermelon. And then breathe out through your mouth. You are now a small, round, bright green watermelon sitting on the cart that you just saw from high up on the roof. You are at street level now. All the bustling commotion that looked like waves from the magic carpet ride and streams of people and muffled voices from high up on the clay rooftop are now detailed faces, expressions, and lives trickling by you as you sit on the fruit cart. They do not notice you as they busily go through their days. One older man has a serious expression on his face, with his eyebrows furrowed in towards his nose as he walks briskly by. The sweet smell of fruits fill the evening air. A young girl happily skips down the street with her friends, smiling big. The sound of her joyous laughter seems to tune out the rest of the marketplace sounds for a moment until she's out of view. An older woman makes her way slowly down the cobblestone street with a walking cane, wearing a silky outfit that flows in the breeze. Sitting this still from this point of view gives you the opportunity to appreciate a detailed view of this place. You soak up the feeling of stillness as wispy music of a flute carries you softly. The genie whispers, "Psst," and you are back up on the clay rooftop, high above the marketplace again. You take in another big breath of the sweet-smelling evening air and are struck by the twinkling stars that you threw into the sky at the beginning of your journey. Looking up, even from this high-up rooftop, the moon is still far, far, far above you, beaming its creamy-colored light down on the commotion of the marketplace. You look down at the bustling street again and notice that no one is looking up at the moon, appreciating its beauty and brightness in the nighttime sky. You wonder what it would be like to be the moon as it watches over the world each night. You tell the genie that the next perspective you like to see from is the moon. Again, you close your eyes gently, let your body rest in a comfortable position until you feel completely still. Once you are still, let all your thoughts rest too, until your mind is calm and quiet. Then, with your still body and your quiet mind, focus your imagination on becoming the moon. What would it feel like to be that bright? How would it feel to be the biggest thing in the night sky? What color would you be? With your imagination focused, breathe in deeply through your nose. As you hold the air in your lungs, Feel your chest expand, rounded outward like the moon, and then breathe out through your mouth. You are now the gigantic beaming moon hanging happily in the nighttime sky, lighting up the world for everyone below. Where you could once see individual faces with different expressions, you now cannot focus on one person or one thing. As the moon, you can see everything at once, because everything feels like one from this distance. You just see life on Earth moving slowly as shapes and colors. Life on Earth looks peaceful and calm from this distance, as it exists under blankets of clouds and stars. You look your moon eyes all the way to one side, then to the other. There's only twinkling stars flashing, as if turning on and off in the space around you. As the moon, when you breathe in big through your moon nose, you pull the entire ocean toward you. Breathe in big now, as if you are pulling the entire ocean toward you. Hold the air in your chest, steadying the world below. When the moon breathes out, it rolls the ocean waves back towards the shore. Breathe out a bit, giving the people on Earth their crashing waves back. Stay here for a moment, enjoying the perspective of the moon. The genie whispers, "Psst," and you are back up on the clay rooftop, high above the marketplace again. With your first wish, you zoomed into the world of Aladdin, all the way down to a single, bustling cobblestone street. You saw the people as they walked through their days, completely unaware of one single watermelon in one cart of the whole marketplace. Are there teeny tiny details in your own world that this perspective change could help you see? Leaving the sweet-smelling, fruit-filled evening air for a high-up view, you then zoomed all the way out. You zoomed up above the marketplace to see the entire city, up high above the entire city to the entire Earth, to see from the moon's gigantic, beaming perspective. Now, for your next wish, you remind the genie that you want to explore the Cave of Wonders, where he discovered his powers. You look out into the distance toward the Cave of Wonders that looks like a mountain from this point of view. To get to the Cave of Wonders at the end of the earth, you must travel through a vast, peaceful desert. You will know once you arrive by the ruby red glow of the treasure that gleams out of the cave. You are excited to travel to the ends of the earth with Genie when you notice something whooshing towards you from the distance. You can barely see it in the evening sky. It looks rectangular, and it's flying smoothly and quickly through the air. As it gets closer, you know exactly what it is. The magic carpet has come back to help you along your journey. Its tassels are blowing through the breeze, and its bright purpley blue and gold gleaming designs light the way for the magic carpet to come straight to you and Genie. Once it gets to you, on top of the dusty clay rooftop, it waves hello again with one of its bushy tassels like a hand. You wave back, eager to find out what adventure awaits. With its tassel hand, it motions you and the Genie to jump on. It's hovering just over the rooftop. You and Genie excitedly run and jump your way onto the magic carpet and get into a comfortable, relaxed, seated position. The magic carpet says it's important to be calm for your magic carpet ride, so it asks you to take another deep breath in and out with it. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Feel the twinkling nighttime air fill your chest as the magic carpet ripples gently in the breeze under you. Breathe out through your mouth. The magic carpet can feel how calm and comfortable you and the Genie are, so it begins to fly. You sink yourself heavy into the magic carpet that is flying high and quickly, zooming above and away from the city. You feel your body being supported effortlessly on this journey. Flying high up, what looks like a blanket below, you can finally see the world beyond the noisy, bustling marketplace. Now that you got far enough away from the city, into the wide open desert, the moon and the twinkling stars are the only thing you can see in the thick darkness of the night. The moon looks somehow even brighter than it looked from the point of view of the marketplace, in which the lights in the houses and along the streets were competing. Looking up, you can see each of the millions of stars as they twinkle, appearing to turn on and off in the sky. You notice the sounds of the city have faded as well. The wide open desert is quieter than you have ever experienced. It's a quiet that you can hear with your ears, but also feel. It's so quiet that you seem to be able to hear your thoughts floating on the wind along with the magic carpet. Feeling as if your mind can send goodness out over this entire sandy world, send a good thought out into the silent desert. The evening air makes a whirling sound that breaks through the quiet as you feel the magic carpet slow down to a stop. You are hovering just above the blanket of sand before a magnificent pyramid that appeared magically as if out of nowhere. It's as tall and wide as you can see. The opening of the pyramid looks like the yawning opened mouth of a gigantic tiger. You know that you've arrived at the Cave of Wonders because you can see the brilliant ruby red glow of the treasure gleaming out of the yawning tiger mouth that forms the entrance to the cave. You wiggle your toes and legs awake to hop off the magic carpet and stand before this striking perspective. The friendly magic carpet waves its tassel hand goodbye. As you wave goodbye, it wraps itself in a circle motion and poof, disappears. It's just you and the Genie, who is standing beside you, smiling his pearly white smile. Your wish is granted, so you start to walk up to the cave. To get to the opening of the cave, you have to climb a small hill of sand. The sand is so silky soft that your feet sink slightly with each step. Right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. You make your way to the top of the hill to see the brilliance of the cave of wonders within. Once you get to the top of the sandy hill, you realize you are standing at the top of a giant, sloping slide that will take you all the way down to the gleaming treasure. You and the genie excitedly hop up and get ready to slide down. You lay down and push yourself. You slide smoothly all the way down, 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 and land gently on a plushy bottom of richly colored carpets that look like a sea of magic carpets lining the floor. The treasure gleams brilliantly, and you are bathed in a comforting, warm light that shines from all the trinkets and jewels that you are excited to explore. You reach down to pick up a ruby red glowing jewel that's as big as your hand. Holding it tight in both hands, you take a deep breath in through your nose. Breathe in the warm, comforting light and hold it still in your glowing chest. Then breathe out through your mouth. Something else grabs your attention out of the corner of your eye. It's another lamp that looks like the one you found the genie in. You pick it up carefully. It's slightly cool and metallic to the touch. Holding it between your two hands, you look down at it. It's so shiny that you can see your reflection in it. In the reflection of the golden magic lamp, you too become golden and magic. This is another perspective you have that you could only discover in the Cave of Wonders. A new perspective of yourself as you are in this brilliant reflection. The genie whispers, "Psst," and you look to your side to see him standing sleepily beside you. You ask him about your final wish. The genie starts walking toward the soft sea of magic carpets. You are sleepy from your journey through all the different perspectives, but you walk to keep up with him. Before he gets to the soft sea of magic carpets, he turns to you, big and blue, with his happy, sleepy eyes and a pearly white smile. His big arms are crossed across his big chest, and his genie tail curls under him as he floats in the air. He tells you that you get to carry your final wish with you always, in your heart. This wish is a power that the genie showed you, but that you have always had and will always have: the power of your imagination. If you want to go to the moon in our world, you can. If you want to see the tiny microscopic details that create our world, you can. You can become anything you set your imagination, your mind, and your heart to. The first step is to lay your head down on the soft sea of magic carpets and dream big. Always remember, Mrs. Honeybee believes in you. You are special and you are loved. I can't wait to see you again.